Hi, O. I mean, I don't know. I'm always here, so.
Boy, got jokes already, huh? Okay. Today's your last day. You know what I'm saying? You getting ready to go back to Boston. So before we go into everything, I want you to know what are your thoughts? Let me ask you this: what were your thoughts when you started this internship about what we got going on here, and now a few months later, looking back?
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. When I first got here, I was kind of scared. Like everyone was kind of intimidating a little, but I'd say like after about like I say like maybe the first or the second week, after I wrote a couple articles, and then you were like, you helped me fix them essentially. I think I got more comfortable, and then when I started writing more, I started like being more in the studio. But I guess my shell kind of cover like kind of fell off, you know what I mean? And so now I'm just comfortable here. Like you guys are family.
Yeah, you can tell this boy comfortable by how far back he sit on that couch. You see what I'm saying?
It's a good couch. It's a good couch.
You can tell he's all the way comfortable here, man. You know when you think about it now, what are some of the highlights you think from this? You did a lot of stuff, man.
Ooh, let me think. Obviously, biggest highlight definitely the Mississippi Alabama trip with Baseball Beyond Borders. That was a trip to remember. Um, I think what is it? My first two like out in the open, like I guess recording sessions with Inside in
Taswira.
yeah, Taswira. Those were fun when I was working with Carlos. It was amazing. And then just this past weekend, the backpack drive, that was fun. They had good music. I don't know. Deontay was talking about my cha-cha slide, but I think I was doing pretty good.
Oh my
I don't know.
God! Listen, Shayla got the secret camera footage. We don't want to have to put it on air, man. You know your family watching. So the stuff that you worked on, like Taswira, support Black business. Right now, if people go on Instagram to Seattle Economy, that's the Seattle Office of Economic Development, that video that you worked on for Taswira is up there on their Instagram. So this is one of the things I always like to say about Converge, especially when our young people come here and interns. It's not like we got you working on some hypothetical project somewhere. We got you counting the number of pens and pencils. Like you really hit the ground and worked on impactful things, right?
Of course. Like, what is it? When I first got here, I did think I was just going to be sitting here, turning on the lights, and just basically doing nothing. But after a while, like, what is it? When Trae's like show, like the day when Trae started, y'all had me taking photos. Like, shoot, I don't know. I feel like just letting me get behind the camera and letting me do like actual physical stuff instead of just watching really helped me grow as like an artist when it comes to filmmaking. Like now I think of like more creative angles due to like the photography I was doing here. And so there's a lot of growth. This summer had a lot of growth for me specifically. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of growth. And you actually helped direct the very last episode of the Morning Update show. Our iconic show. That's our joint. You were there with DQG. So we got a few things for you here and wanted to share some things with the audience and some of the projects that you worked on. And you mentioned that trip down to Mississippi and Alabama with Baseball Beyond Borders. So let everybody know that Vaughn played a key role in a film that we're actually releasing with Baseball Beyond Borders in September 26th over at T-Mobile Park. You know, they're gonna premiere the film over at the park. So we got to get you back out here so you can come out for the premiere of that. I know the whole Williams family. I'm sending you guys a ticket link. But here's the trailer right here to Reconciliation Tour, and this film is a project that Vaughn was part and parcel of.
A team really just means like all the people just working together to do stuff, and I really like being on a team because I can't beat nobody with just only me. I need help.
You're in the heart of the South.
We're here at the John and Vera Mae Perkins Foundation. We're here running a baseball camp, working with youth from West Jackson community, just trying to inspire them. The history of baseball in the Black community started with the Negro Leagues. And with that, it created opportunities for community to come together. It was a piece of the culture. Baseball is an opportunity that really it socializes, it really allows ourselves to create a social norm in our communities that we once had that preserves a cultural legacy.
I think a lot of the kids that we worked with while we were here had never really played baseball before, especially some of the younger ones. You're kind of just introducing the game to them. You kind of see it through their eyes for the first time, and you know, they hit in a batting cage and they take a couple swings and they make contact, and then it's an honor to be there for that.
You know, our work continues to change the landscape of baseball and softball, particularly the systemic structure that's in place. We have to continue to find ways to uplift communities to really see baseball and softball as a viable option. One, because it's the only sport we've ever owned, but two, it's also our ability to preserve the cultural legacy, because we know play can heal.
Athletic opportunities affirm the dignity of the people. And quicker that we know that we as good as others, and that they can be like you and I can be like them and we can be like each other. That's a good time. Let's play together.
Come play for us, and it's easy to bond with us, it's easy to bond with me, so it's like, kind of like a second family.
You are able to bring kids to a different community like Jackson and then take them to Montgomery. You're starting to expose them to voices that haven't been heard. We're seeing a lot of the struggle of the civil rights movement, and we saw it in Jackson. We'll see it in the museums in Montgomery.
I just wanted them today to realize you have an obligation. You've been told, you've been challenged. What you do with it is up to you, but you can't say no one ever asked you to get out there and try.
Man, these kids, I'm just telling you, it's real exciting here, but it's also a big eye-opener for our young kings from Seattle to really see something different. I'm just hopeful that our young people will take something away from this, even more than baseball.
Just from the 2 days that we experienced here in Jackson, what I saw inspiration. I saw hope. I saw an ability to be something.
Come out and play with me is a beautiful thing. Let's play together.
Reconciliation tour. Yo, that was a dope trip, huh? Like,
yeah,
we landed in Atlanta, we drove to Jackson, Mississippi, and then to Montgomery, to Selma, Montgomery, and then back to Atlanta. And we was in Jackson. You had family who lived right across the street.
Okay, I did. So what is it? On my mom's side, they're from Mississippi, and so I got to see like my grandma and grandpa, Nana and pops. They don't go by grandma and grandpa, but I don't know, like, it was crazy because like they were really across the street. I got locked out, and I didn't know what to do, and so I don't know. I
went across the street.
Went across the street. Like, oh, Auntie lives here. I was like, oh, shoot.
Look at you. One I think that it was a pivotal moment in that trip that really stood out for all of us was when we stopped in Selma. Selma wasn't on the original tour schedule, but we stopped in Selma and we stopped by the Edmund Pettus Bridge. We actually got a photo right here that we'll put up. This is you right there on the historic Edmund Pettus Bridge. What were your thoughts?
It was weird being there because I think like we all know about like the march, and I think the first time like I actually saw like imagery of like what happened on that day was in Selma. I watched that with my dad. It was hard to watch, and so actually being there, it was humbling. It showed me that where I am now is due to generations far before me. The university I go to, I wouldn't be able to go there without the work that Dr. Luther King, like Martin Luther King did. Like, it's like, I'm grateful, but like when I think about that day and what happened, it's hard to think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's real. You also went to the EJI. You went to the museums there in Montgomery, Alabama.
Ooh, I just like to say, like, start off the Legacy Museum. It was beautiful. Like, even though like it was really hard to see all the imagery that was displayed, and like I said before, it was really humbling. But if you're ever in Montgomery, Alabama, I think that's a must see, because you learn so much about the Atlantic slave trade. You learn so much about Black history in America, because there's bright parts, but there's also really dark parts. And it's important to learn about the dark parts so we can move forward with a purpose. And so definitely a must see if you're ever in Alabama in general.
All right. Now, switching gears. You were here for one of our biggest nights in Converge history, right? And that was June 4th. I always remember this date because it was also my birthday. That was June 4th, right? And we were out there at Fremont Studios, and it was the Northwest, the Emmy Awards. And wow, we won an Emmy that night. And one of the things that was important to us as a company is that we took everybody. And everybody went, including intern Vaughn.
We're 80 deep in here tonight, y'all. Converge is 80, maybe 100, all the way down to our youngest intern. Where Vaughn at? Stand up, Vaughn. Vaughn, 18 years old. That's our intern. He in here tonight because I wanted him to be next to y'all so he could, at 18 years old, he could have a seat at the table, that he could feel this magic, that he could be in the moment, that he could see the awards here. And so, man, I'm so thankful for all the people who sponsored. We ain't had the money for no 8-9 tables, but the community came together because I said it's important that these young people are here tonight and they're hearing your presence in TV greatness presence.
Tell us, Vaughn, what was that night like for you?
It was crazy because the Emmy Awards is something you only see on TV. And as someone like who wants to make films in the future and wants to do stuff like that, being able to be like, it's something that not a lot of people think they'll ever reach. And I thought it was nice to be in the room. The shout out was also nice. I was a little shocked because, especially when you said stand up, because I was like, oh, it was intense. Just the whole, like, it was a spectacle. Like all the awards set out in front on the table. I don't know. It's just, I guess it's a goal to work towards. And what is it? It's nice to be around people who have already gotten to the place that you want to be in the future. And so it's inspiring because I don't know, it's just,
and I
just
think
inspiring.
we got a picture here of me and you that night. And yeah, there you go, right there. I think that what you just said is the reason why we did what we did and we do what we do. Because what you just said is at 18 years old, you're in the room. Everything we said right there, you're literally at the table. You're next to TV greatness. And that's the best thing that we could ever do here at Converge, is put people in places and spaces that they might not be, for you to feel it. You know what I'm saying? Everything about that night, so special. And you look back and you remember upon, that's one of the greatest things that we could ever do here at Converge, is put our young people in positions of success. Let our young people know how something feels or looks or whatever. Let our young people be a part of important projects like Reconciliation Tour and support Black business and all the other things that you worked on. And I'm just hopeful, Vaughn, that your time here this summer, where we talked about the other voice, Vaughn came here, and there's the college voice, and there's definitely the big white college voice. you know, and it's fine. And that's I'm not knocking that. But I think that as well coming here this summer, you learned a different voice as well, right?
I'd say so, yeah. Because what is it? Like the big white college voice. It's something that I think a lot of Black people, when they go to like predominantly white institutions, put on, because when you're in those rooms, and if you ever use like African American vernacular English, AAVE, you won't be taken seriously. And so I think it's something that we put on. We shouldn't have to, but it's just a sad reality of going to one of those institutions and being here. It really let me come out of my shell, like I said before. Let me be who I am. But it's like when I'm there, I can't really do that. You know what I mean? It's hard.
I'll tell you this, is, you know, you got a home here in Converge, and I'm sure when you get back to school and people realize all the stuff you've been up to, and going into next summer, you're gonna have lots of opportunities and everything else. I get hard to tell you that you always got a home here. You know what I'm saying? And man, we just so proud of you, boy. I mean, we so proud of you. You're gonna do great things in your career. And we're all gonna be able to say, man, Vaughn was here. Vaughn was at Converge. That's so dope to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, somewhere in your story, it's gonna be like, yo, I did this at Converge, man. We'll all sit back and be like, yeah, Vonnie. And Shaylana be there like, yeah, I remember Vaughn was in the back of the truck the whole time sleeping. from Atlanta to from Atlanta to Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Boy slept the whole time, didn't he? But man, we're so proud of you. You're welcome back here anytime, Vaughn, and you keep up the good work. You know.
Thank you.
Can we get this young man a hand? Cry up here.